Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Be Bold Season 6. And you are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And if you cannot watch us live, you can listen to our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, and a lot more. And of course, to all our viewers in the Philippines, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And I really truly appreciate all our loyal viewers for they have been making this show possible. We are brought to you by none other than Lawin Media Network. Yes, you heard that right. Lawin Media Network is a local nonprofit network here in Houston, Texas, and we are blessed to be in their program, and I am so privileged to have this show with them. So I just want to say thank you, Lawin Media Network, for giving me this opportunity. And of course, to all our loyal viewers, as you all know, and as you have been following the show, we always have a game. So let's show them the mechanics of the game.
How to join the game. Watch the live show and join the conversation. Share your thoughts or experiences by commenting during the show. Like, share, and tag at least 3 friends in the comment section to qualify for a chance to win a prize. Participate actively. The more comments you leave, the higher your chances of winning. All participants will be eligible for the prize. The winner will be selected using the Wheel of Names randomizer.
There you have it. So to all our viewers, again, we encourage you to participate. And why Be Bold? Why do you have to watch Be Bold? Why not? Sabi nga nila, like, why not, right? Well, there's so much that we can give and share. We are here to empower you, to inspire you with so many beautiful stories. You know, we've been through struggles in life, and that's how we help people that are going through the same struggles. So you never know, you might be listening to someone who can help you get through whatever you're going through. And for us to be able to get through this hurdles and struggles in life, it takes a bold step. It takes courage. That's why we are here in Be Bold. Why not? And tonight we have a very special guest. I am so glad that I've been having this opportunity to share beautiful stories of men and women in different fields. And tonight, we have another beauty queen. O, di ba? Napakasaya. Parang Be Bold, Why Not is the platform for everyone. Whether or not you have a name in the industry, you are an entrepreneur, you are an influencer, you're a beauty queen, whatever profession you have or whatever field you're into, we are here to give you that opportunity to share your story because we know that stories can really make a big difference. Whatever you have that you can share, we truly appreciate it. So tonight, I'm very happy to have Miss Mary Ann Rivera. Let me just read a few information about herself. So Mary Ann is has her degree in Bachelor of Science in Tourism. She moved to the United States in 2013. She is a mother of twin. Yes, and she said she's a full-time mother and that's the most fulfilling role that she has. She has twin daughters and she is very inspired with her advocacy for infertility awareness. She also is very committed to being a voice for women facing similar struggles in their life. And of course, she is the reigning Ginang Filipinas America Texas 2025. And oh my goodness, she is so influential. I'm so glad to have her because I know that as you listen or hear her story, you will be inspired, you will be empowered. So without further ado, before we get her in though, let's show a little bit of a video about her. So let's see.
Woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, kind I'd like to meet, pretty woman.
There you go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome our very special guest for tonight, Ms. Mary Ann Rivera. Come on in, Mary Ann.
Hi.
There she is.
Good evening,
Wow.
Philippines, and good evening, MJ and um United States. Hello
Good
po.
evening,
Thank you for
Mary
having me.
Ann. Well, I'm so glad that you have the time to be a guest in my show. I know you're quite busy for now, preparing for the big day, right? But of course, before we talk about that, we're going to learn more about you, like your past experiences, about your family, about your roots in the Philippines. So let's just start off with where are you from in the Philippines?
I am from Olongapo City. My mom and my dad are from Ilocos Sur actually. Pero yes, and I always claim and I always say I'm Ilocana when I introduce myself, but I'm born and raised in Olongapo and I moved here 2013.
Wow, I'm an Ilocano. I come from Batak, Ilocos Norte.
See?
Yes,
Yes, we're both Ilocanas. Look, the beauty it shows, diba?
that's right. So to all the Batakeños, if you are watching out there, naimbag abigat yu amin.
And
Right?
here,
Do you speak
naimbang nga
Ilocano?
abi. Yes,
Yeah,
naimbang.
here, yeah. Oh, so you know how to speak.
A little bit. My mom and my dad would usually tell me na barok na yung Ilocano ko, but I claim na magaling ako, but
It's been a while too. It's so funny because there are like a lot of reels over social media about Ilocano speaking, and it's like going viral. So I was thinking maybe we can do that, right? Anyhow, so it's so interesting. So your mom and dad are from Ilocos, but you were raised in Olongapo
yes, they
City.
moved in Olongapo. My dad is a civil engineer and my mom is a
Okay.
businesswoman. They moved in Olongapo, of course, looking for a better opportunity when they graduated college. So lahat kaming, all five siblings, dun na lumaki. But we were raised in an Ilocano household wherein everybody's talking in Ilocano. And also every summer, it's a must that we have to go home in Ilocos kasi my mom and my dad was raised and they studied there. And sabi nila, we have to learn the ways in Ilocos because that's their roots. Kaya I love the farm. I
Uh-huh.
love my lolos and lola's ancestral house, and all my cousins were really close. So I grew up, going up sa mangga, getting manga with just a sin in our hand. I grew up
Mm-hmm.
in the water kasi my mom is just 5 minutes away from the beach. So every morning, talagang so laking Ilocos din naman ako. Kaya I
Wow,
think
like
that I'm a Ilocana.
okay. GI talaga, 'di ba? GI,
Yeah.
genuine Ilocano. Okay,
Yes.
anyhow. So what's your favorite Ilocano dish, if I may ask?
Pinakbet. Sasabihin ko sana dinengdeng, pero my mom would tell me, talaga ba? Pinakbet. I like pinakbet, the classic pinakbet. Just bagoong Ilocos, yung bagoong isda. Just that alone, and just the dumping everything all at once, pakukuluan, the smell of it with um grilled grilled fish. Perfect. Yeah.
Wow, nakakamiss tuloy, 'di
'Di
ba?
ba?
Mag-ulam ng pinakbet. Yes, I love pinakbet to. Anyway, let me ask you, growing up, can you tell us about the 5-year-old Marianne? If you already had like when you were that young, can you describe to us the 5-year-old Marianne?
I have three brothers before me. So I grew up, plus the house my mom and our house sa Olongapo, it's just like 10 steps away sa basketball court. So I grew up, yes. So I grew up watching basketball, plus three boys before me. And then my younger sister, we have an 8 years gap. So I grew up with boys. I
Uh-huh.
I see myself as one of them. They have Ninja Turtles na t-shirt, and then tatlo sila pare-parehas. They have all the same t-shirt. I would ask my mom, ba't ako iba? But gusto ko rin ng Ninja Turtles. So, medyo tomboy-tomboy, and I grew up, it was rough, my kuya, and like playing with them. Kaya, it was fun kasi lagi akong nasa labasan. Of course, millennial, eh, 80s kid, I always play with my kuyas outside until
Mhm.
dawn with my mom shouting already kasi dinner na. That's the 5-year-old me. And my mom would always tell me na I'm also a tornado. Kasi nga, I have three boys eh. Kaya
Uh-huh.
we have three boys before me. So nasanay ako kung paano sila maglaro, kung paano magkulitan, kung paano mag-asaran. Ganon. Kaya
So
sanay
interested,
ako sa
yeah.
kulitan na ganon. Puro
Uh-huh.
panlalaki.
Talaga. So tomboyish ka pala
Oo, oo.
growing up. Now you're a beauty queen. Wow, what
Sige,
an
ngayon,
irony, 'di ba?
batang kalye talaga ako with my kuyas, pero I don't care
Okay.
running barefoot. That's okay with me.
Mhm.
And now I'm in a different route. So
Yes, that's interesting. You
but
know how life
yeah,
just it brings you different
yeah,
perspectives and you
mhm,
gives you different experiences. That's how we learn to be really who we are,
who we
right?
are.
Yes. So but growing up, having said that, what did you want to become when you were a little girl?
Honestly, ako noon teacher.
Oh,
Teacher
okay.
talaga. I love kids. Plus whenever I love studying. So I love listening to the teachers, and every time na tinitignan ko sila, I would tell myself na sana I could speak and I'll be well informed and knowledgeable just like them. Yung
Mhm.
there's so much information that they give, and there's so much love that they give to the kids, of course. And I wish I have something like that. I wish I could be something like that. So teacher talaga, yun ang dinodrawing ko with, the notepad and or the blackboard with the chalk. Pag who do you want to be when you grow up? Teacher talaga isa sa mga gustong gusto ko noon.
Mhm. So with that, how did it change into tourism?
So After high school, of course, the initial before was, ano ba ang gusto ko? My mom was pushing me or suggesting to become pharmacist or nurse, anything na medical. Kasi nga, yun daw yung, if I want to work abroad, that's the number one. Also, um, it's, let's say it's a well compensated job also. Kumbaga, yun yung, syempre si mama, yun yung mga iniisip niya. Pero I love traveling. I love
Mhm.
socializing and talking to people. I love to meet new people through travel. Kasi in Philippines alone, how many regions do we have? How many islands? We have 7,107 islands. So I was fascinated of going to every cities or every beaches or every town and talk to locals. Kasi that's when you really learn. That's when you
Mhm.
know and be informed about Philippines kasi I love Philippines. So, doon ako napunta and sabi nila tourism is hospitality management. So, you know what? Let's do that. In the sense na honestly, when I moved here, it was different kasi yun nga, if I could have been in the medical field or nursing or anything medical, it could have been easier, but it wasn't the case because when I moved here, tourism is not really a thing or a degree here. So everything changed. Then I, but that's how it started.
Okay.
That's why tourism.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good to know about you, So very interesting, right? From becoming a teacher when she was a little girl and then she went into tourism. So that's how life is. You never know what your journey comes, right? What
Mhm.
what the future holds for every one of us and what God has planned for
Yes,
us.
and
So
of course your
we may
interest also
yes,
it does change. Your interest does
yes.
change, your perspective, all that.
Yes, that's true. So anyway, we already are on our could you believe that time just flies so fast? We already like on the first quarter of the show. So
That's
let's go on a
quick.
short break and then we will be back. All right. See you in
In
a
a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, we're back. And before we continue chatting with Marianne, let's read some of our comments for tonight. We have from Daisel Miral Siaton. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. All right, good evening there or good morning. Hello, good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. Be bold, why not? Season 6. Yes, season 6. Wow, I can't believe that. Si Jubel says, good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And Geraldine Garcia, hello, Ma'am MJ and Ma'am Marianne, watching from Binyan, Laguna. Yes, we have a viewer from Laguna. Maganda sa Ilocos. Oh, yes. Absolutely. And then, of course, we have a from the Rankins, our Queen Marianne Rivera. Yes. Hello, Dwayne. And of course, Geraldine. And then Alexis Oliveros. Good morning po. I love watching your show. Well, thank you so much, Alex. And then from the Rankins again. She is absolutely stunning and intelligent. Not to mention her incredible personality shines through effortlessly. Wow. You surely have a fan.
Ah,
Yes, Marianne.
Tama. Thank you, Dwayne and Geraldine and
Yes,
everybody.
and then si Jubel says, parang hindi po makapaniwala na tumboy kayo noon. And then of course she says, Ma'am Mary Ann, ang ganda nyo.
Salamat
Wow, 'di
po.
ba? Siyempre naman po, siya ang ginang Filipinas, America, Texas 2025. Wow. Anyway, I just want to remind our viewers again, it's not enough for you to just make a comment. If you could please tag your friends, not the same people who are watching, but your other friends on Facebook. Yeah, tag it so we can have more people reached by our show, because we want them to be inspired just like you are, because as you know, we have a very inspiring and beautiful guest for tonight. So Marianne, so having changed your dream in life, or having changed your profession in the Philippines, so where did you graduate in tourism from the Philippines?
Lyceum of the Philippines University. That's where
Okay,
I had.
LCU, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
LPU.
LPU. Okay,
Lyceum.
okay. Okay, okay. Wow. So how did that go? Was it challenging to be in the program, or how was your journey in doing the program?
When when we started, moving in Manila is the hardest part for me. Kasi, syempre, I have to be away from your household na nakasanayan mo. Waking up with everything in the table. But then you have to move. And when I moved, I was by myself. I
Mm-hmm.
was just by myself. So had to do everything on my own. That's actually the hardest part. Making friends and starting the program itself, I love studying. Ever since naman I love studying. I graduated from high school salutatorian. So I love school, and I'm active in
That's
every,
nice.
and I was active in every extracurricular that you could think of. Anything na pwede kong salihan, nandun ako. Even athletics, I was doing volleyball and I was running when I was in high school. So when with making friends and studying, it was something that I love to do. Kaya for me, it wasn't easy, of course. It's the transition of being by myself was the hardest part. And then I thought na tourism, it wasn't in medical field. Akala ko tourism would be uneasy, but it's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
memorizing different hubs, airline hubs, and all over the the world, and of course marketing and a lot of trainings, of course, on uh, making tours and events, kasi that was the course itself, eh. So but studying honestly wasn't a I love studying, I love
That's
reading,
good.
I love
Wow.
memorizing, so I'm into
Mm-hmm.
it.
So it's not as hard as, some people, it's like they really struggle studying. But there are people who are born to be really smart. Like, you can pick up things easily even if you don't have to study. And there are people that they really have to, ay sabi nila, 'di ba, magsunog ng kilay
Kilay.
just to
Oo.
kilay. Yes. 'Di ba?
I've
That's like
always
a
loved
saying.
school. I love
Yeah.
going to school kasi nga that's when I meet new people, and I love I love being informed with everything, and so it wasn't really that bad. It was the transition that gets
Yeah, and
me.
being in the field of tourism, really you have to have you have to love socializing, or
Yes, you
you
have to
have to
have the
love
skill of
people, right? It's more
talking.
of a, yeah, people person. So you're a good speaker. I mean, you're very natural, you're very well versed and everything. So did you do public speaking too growing up?
I did photojournalism the whole
Mm-hmm.
elementary and high school. So I was doing news also, but I'm more in photojournalism kasi that was my mom's business. She was in a studio business. So I grew up with camera, and yung dati pa yun, yung talagang titimplahin mo with the negative. That's
Mm-hmm.
all that. But the public speaking, it comes naturally dahil madaldal nga ako. Plus, not only that, I love talking to people. Kasi when you talk to people, that's when you get knowledge and information. That's when everybody has our own story, and that's when you learn when you talk to people. Kaya I love that part also.
Yeah, that's good. Communication is very basic, right? We got to
Mhm.
communicate for us to understand each other. Otherwise, yeah,
Nothing.
otherwise,
Yes.
nothing. Yeah. In a conversation alone, just like what we're doing, I am receiving what you're sharing and you're receiving what I'm asking. So if we don't talk, there's no communication doesn't exist, right? It's very
Correct.
basic and it's also the foundation of everything. Like in
Correct.
relationships. Like,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Because
Yes, communication is my number one. Kahit ngayon, even with my girls now, they are 3 years old. You talk to them, um they will not get it completely, pero they will listen, and they get the whole thought of it. And it's the same thing with relationship with your family, with your mom and your dad, your siblings, people around you, especially your spouse. Communication is my number one talaga. That's how you resolve things. That's
mhm.
how you go to where you wanted, the route that you want to go to, when you communicate to someone. And that's the common ground. That's when you know, like, okay, this is what we can do, this is not what we can do. Kaya communication is my number one thing also.
That's good. That's good. Because as they say, people that break down in relationships is one of the main reasons is communication. Have you been into like a situation where there was a there was like a struggle or there was a miscommunication, and how did you resolve or overcome that?
There are multiple times, of course, when I was working, especially here in United States. When I started working here, there was a discrimination, uh, because I'm Asian, I'm a Filipina. I've been through that, and mostly, um, it what where it comes in is the communication. Para sa kanila, the way we talked, or maybe the accent is an issue also. But I I just keep on going. I just keep on, expressing myself and
Hmm.
communicate more. There will always be a misunderstanding, but what I do is I just communicate. I communicate with it and resolve it in a way na kahit mahirap makipag-usap, I'll just throw it out there. Kasi that's my best option, eh. That's also my best armor to go up, also to work. Kaya
Hmm.
I can't think of anything, but there's a lot, honestly. There's so much misunderstanding, but it's being
Yeah.
resolved. Yes.
Yeah,
And
and
that,
I think it's the same thing with any profession. Just like I remember also when we just came to the United States, like back 20 years ago or more, like 2003, like 22 years, been here for 22 years. And I remember because not everybody from the Philippines could really speak English well because it's not our native language,
mhm,
right? Let's
yes,
be honest. I mean, we don't speak it every day. We learn things. We have English textbooks. Our teacher is speaking English, but it's not like a conversational, that we do
yes.
every
More of
single
the
day.
grammar.
Yes, yes, we learn about the grammar and we learn how to interpret, or like we learn about poetry and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I remember that too. It wasn't me, but one of like my colleagues from the Philippines, and we would page a doctor at night and was like, "Can I speak to someone who speaks English?" Oh my god. Yes. But you know what? We Filipinos are known to be hard
Hard
workers.
work.
So
Yes.
that alone, we gained the respect and we gained the
Correct.
trust, not just of our leaders, our patients, or the people that we mingle with every single day. It's because we work.
Yes, we
And
work
yes,
really
and
hard. Correct.
yes, that's right.
Yes.
So,
Go ahead.
so why do you think then that people, they say that speaking or public speaking in particular, or specifically public speaking, is number one thing that people fear? Why do you
Even,
think of that?
even myself before, Since I've got into pageant, but when I was in my younger age, I have a stage fright, big time. I'm really good at talking to people, speaking, pero kapag nandyan na with the question, with all the public looking at you, all of the people looking at you, it hits differently, honestly. I guess it changed over time, but the fear itself is to be misunderstood. I believe that's one thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes we say something, but it's being absorbed or listened differently. And
Mhm.
most of the people like, paano ko ba to sasabihin? Teka, tama ba tong word ko? Sometimes we don't have the right words or we think that we don't have the proper words on what how to say things also. That could be a factor din, di ba? Kasi nakakatakot magsasalita ka, may sasabihin, but it's being misinterpreted. Mami-misinterpret ng tao. So that I believe that's one thing. That's why people it's hard for them to speak in public or to communicate also. Mahirap din kasi talaga siya.
That's good. Anyway, we are well, it's 8:30 already. I it's like we just I would feel like we
That's
just started,
quick,
but we're
right?
already half done of the show. But anyhow, it's getting more interesting. We'll get back when we come back. We'll learn now about how you got into your first job, and then we'll learn about your journey as a beauty queen, what pageants you have done, and all that kind of thing. So to all our viewers, again, we encourage you to give your comments and please tag and share Be Bold Why Not to your friends. See you after a short break.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lon sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we're back. We're back. And let's read some more comments from our viewers. Let's see there. From Ruby Vergara, good morning po, watching from Pangasinan. God bless po. God bless you too, Ruby. And then we have Jingle Romero. Hello po, good evening po, watching from Pusurubio, Pangasinan. And we have Filomeno Castañeda. Good evening. God bless always. And God bless you too. So let's now go to, oh my God, I just feel that we kind of had the same journey. I was salutatorian too. I graduated from high school. I did pageants as well. I did all kinds of extracurricular
Yeah.
activities. Yeah.
Just to get out of the house talaga kasi gusto ko nasa labasan palagi and
Uh-huh.
I grew up
Yeah.
in a strict household. So the way for me to go out and support talaga is anything from school kasi they will support that all the way. So kaya lagi akong lahat ng pwede mo akong makita, nandun ako. I'm joining everything. I'm talking to everybody. I'm doing everything just at school talaga. So I love going to school.
Okay, well, you just said you grew up from a strict household, and it's kind of the same as mine too. But now, having grown up from that type of household to now you are a mom of your twin girls, what did you learn from your parents? Being a parent now yourself, what lessons did you learn from them, and what ways you think you wanted to implement in your own upbringing of your kids? So share
we
us about.
Yes, right now for the girls, we are aiming. Of course, we want to change the ways before in terms of the parenting. Dati kasi, of course, there's palo and a lot of timeouts talaga. But this time, we want to change it to where maybe we can understand them more. Yun nga, communication. To talk more about everything, to communicate with them so that they'll be open with us in the future, lalo
Mhm.
na kong babae yun. Kasi I myself naranasan kong tumatakas kasi nga stricto ang mama at papa.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that I've learned that I really want to implement is first teaching my kids about money and
Mm-hmm.
practicality. Tinuro kasi sa amin yun. We grew up na we can't have everything. Only what we need, not what we want. And the same thing with the girls now. I want them to learn early about that. Not only that, that they cannot just get everything just because they want it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Maaga pa lang, I learned na kung paano magbenta ng ice candy. Kasi nga
Uy,
harap kami ng
pareho
court.
tayo!
Yes,
Oh
di
my
ba? I told you,
God!
like, we are just like 10 steps away sa court. So I was selling ice candy, mga shakes. So pupuhunanan ako ng mama ko during summer. Kasi sabi niya, you want something from school? Okay, pupuhunanan kita. But then, paikutin mo yan. Tapos the rest, every day yan. So ako ang gumagawa. And I've learned that from my mom on that business side. And yun din yung gusto kong ituro sa mga anak ko once they learn once they have mas malaki na sila. And from my dad also. My dad is into like you have to make sure you finish your college, you study, and that's why we love studying kasi education is the number one for them.
Yes.
Of course, with the Filipinos, lagi nga nilang sinasabi, wala naman kaming may pampamaman sa inyo maliban sa going to school. So, makatapos kayo. And we are blessed that all five siblings graduated college. And we all have our own lives now. And gusto ko rin magawa namin yun, mag-asawa sa mga anak namin. That
Mm-hmm.
we will incur to them like how important education and of course financing also is in the future. Para sa akin, gusto ko silang turuan ng mga bagay na yun. And of course, how to be kind with people. You know, and communicate this like
Mm-hmm.
be open to everybody, how to be a good person. That's a thing for us also because tinuro ng mama and papa sa amin yan. And gusto kong ipasa sa mga bata yon. Kaya
Wow,
yes.
that's very good. And there's a saying, Ilocanos are kuripot frugal.
Hindi, and see, buti na, my mom and my dad was like that until now. Hindi
Uh-huh.
naman ako ganun ka frugal. It's just that when I moved here, it's hard earned money. Pinaghirapan mo
Mm-hmm.
yun.
That's right.
You work so hard for it, so you take care of it. But not only right now, but also in the future. Hindi lang ngayon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a
Yeah.
thing for us.
Yeah, and I think frugality is good because
Yes.
if you spend like a 1 day millionaire, nothing's
You,
gonna happen
yes.
in life. So that's good that you're starting as early as they're 3 years old. They already know, they understand that if they don't need anything, they don't have to have it. And I used to tell that my kids when they were growing up too, because how they see other kids, they have all kinds of like all versions of PlayStation or Wii or
Gadget.
whatever,
Yes.
and they have like multiple pairs of shoes. And I remember it's so funny because like my sons when they were little, like maybe 5 6 years old, they would ask me first if they see something at Walmart that they like, and they would ask me. It's so funny. One of my kids would say, "Ma, do you have money?" Yes. If I say no, we can't have that. What about a check? Oh my god. Because I tell them, yeah, you don't have to have what everybody else has have,
Yes. Correct.
and what the things that we value, we put value in life. It's different for everyone. There are people
Correct.
that they value material things, which is there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing else. You
Nothing
work for
wrong.
hard, you want that, that's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, but there are people who value more like the relationships, the friendships that they have, the people that they, those things, or their education. Or so, may I ask you, what do you value the most?
I value the most my family, my husband and my two girls. The girls, we conceived the girls through IVF. So I've been through in vitro fertilization. So, and that's the reason why I'm a homemaker now. When I moved here in the Philippines, in the US 2013, all we did was work, work, and work. And then when we started the fertility journey, that's when I told my husband, pag nabuntis ako, kaya na ba natin na ikaw lang magtrabaho? And I'm so lucky that my husband is a great provider. So we were
Mhm.
able to do that. I've been a homemaker for at home mom for 3 years now, because I want to see my girls grow up. Kasi nahirapan kami talaga. Nahirapan ako
Yes.
na magbuntis. Kaya now that it's gonna be quick, the toddler phase is gonna be quick, and that's why I value them the most. I don't care about anything else as long as I have the support, of course, of my mom and my dad, and the support of my loving husband and my two girls. I could survive anything, anybody, anywhere, just with them. They're my most precious, um, and right now and until forever. And
Yes.
kaya talaga, yes, I value them the most. Sila ang pinaka-importanteng bagay sa
And
akin.
you know what? We cannot put a price on that.
No,
We
no.
cannot. So I mean, oh wow, that is so profound. I love that. I love. So you are a real beauty queen. Oh
Oh,
my god,
salamat.
we are
Salamat.
preparing you for the pageant, right? That
Salamat.
is,
Thank
but
you.
I love your answer, and that's very true. We cannot put a price on the memories that we built with our children,
Mm-mm.
on those anything. The Of course, nothing is perfect. We don't say
Nothing.
that. Yeah, nothing is
I'm
perfect.
not perfect. My
Yeah,
family is
yeah,
not perfect. My relationship with my husband is not perfect, but you work on it. That's why you work on it.
yeah.
That's why you talk to it. That's why you communicate with it, because um nothing is perfect, but you can always do something to make it work. Make
Yes.
everything work. It's difficulties, hard times will always be there. Pero on how you get up and survive, but you survive because of those people, because of my husband. I survived. We have the girls now because of his support. In vitro fertilization, going to fertility, it wasn't easy. It's not for
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
a lot. It will drain you mentally, emotionally, physically, and of course financially. With the
Mm-hmm.
support of my husband, we survived that. Now we have our miracle babies. I have my twin girls. It's actually their birthday today. We celebrated it
Oh,
yesterday.
happy birthday to them!
Thank you.
What are their names?
Isla and Talia. That's how much we love the water. Isla means island, and
Wow.
Talia in Hebrew
Gentalia.
means dewdrop in heaven. So they're my
Wow.
little miracles.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Struggles are what makes, or what make, struggles are what makes success even sweeter.
Yes.
Diba? If we don't go through those struggles, sometimes if we take things for
For
granted a
granted.
lot.
Yes.
Yes. And we don't realize that all these things are just preparing us to be the better version of
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes. And it's
Yes.
the same thing with since like what I've said in the fertility journey. That's when I some women, they get pregnant easily.
Mm-hmm.
But some women, it's really hard for them. That's just like me. And I'm really sure I'm not alone with that. But it's being silenced. It's not really being talked about. And that's why I'm here. I want to use that. And that's the reason why I got into the pageantry also now. Dati kasi all you want is the crown. All you want is to win. It's the competition. But this time it's in a different, I'm on my different era. I'm on a mommy era.
Mm-hmm.
The pageant for me now is for me to use the platform to brace and talk about these topics. And I'm really thankful, MJ, that you're here and now we're talking about this, because I'm not the only
Yes.
one who's been through it and who's going through it. So I just want you all to know that you're not alone. You are not alone, because we've been through hard times. But as long as your family, your spouse is there, and talk about it, communicate, ask question, ask for help, or just simply kung may gusto kang kausap, talk
Mm-hmm.
to them, because it will take all the feelings out, eh. And because it's not easy. Kaya I'm really grateful that I have my husband with me, and of course all my family, my mom and my dad and my sister-in-laws and my brothers who never failed, my best friend who never failed to I'm here. We're just here. Not even words, just those words. We're here. And
Yes.
that's more than enough. And I think it's the same thing with
Wow.
everything. In every struggle that you go through, sometimes you don't really have to hear opinions, a lot of opinions, just the feeling that they're there. Just make sure that you make the person who wants to go and talk to you na, hey, I'm here. That's more than enough to that person. It helps a lot with that person. So I hope
Yes,
all of
even
us.
just, yeah, being there as, again, as you said, somebody who just listens. That takes a long way. We sometimes we don't realize that those very simple act or gesture of kindness really can make a big difference in
in,
people's
in
lives.
yes, in one person.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. You don't need the material stuff. You don't need big things. You don't need big gestures. All you need is to be there.
Mhm.
A person sometimes need is someone to listen and be there with. And if we can do that, in a daily basis, if you have to be kind. Not everybody is. You may see someone smiling, but not because that person is smiling is they're not going through something.
Mhm.
Kaya be kind and just be there to anybody who needs your help. That would be more than enough. It would be make the world better, diba?
That's
Your
right.
life better.
Yes. It's just getting so good that sometimes we just don't notice the time. But yeah, we gotta go on a break, our last break. And when we come back, we're really gonna talk more now about the pageant and how you're preparing for it and a lot of other things. So when we come back, we will have our final segment of the show with our very beautiful guest, Marianne. So see you after a short break. All right, we're back and let's read some more of the comments from our viewers. So let's see here. Ma'am Ann, may kamukha po kayong artista. Ang ganda niyo po.
Eh,
Artista po ba kayo dati dito sa Pilipinas?
hindi po.
And then, of course, we have a comment from Romelet de la Serna. Hello, Lawin, watching from San Antonio, Texas. Proud and excited for Marianne Ariola Rivera to be representing Texas to the national pageant of Ginang Filipinas America 2025 on September 6, 2025 in Tacoma, Washington.
Yes.
Wow. Yay, Slay Queen. Right. And then, of course, your proud mom. That's
No.
my daughter.
Think
Oh,
they're taking care of my girls right now. Thank you, Mama and Papa, and my cousins from Houston, Kai Kai and May May. They're all helping me out with the girls right now, and of course my husband. Nakatakas
wow.
ako sa nila.
Okay, well, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for letting us have Marianne for a good hour. And we've been very inspired by her story. I just want to recap. So, things that we have learned from her, of course, as she said, things change. So, whatever you want in life, I'm just be flexible because you never know which way God would want you to go. She wanted to be a teacher, she became a tourism major, And now she's in the US. She's representing Texas to the national pageant. So our life is just what we make it. And if
Yes,
we follow, I know, I bet you are a believer, right? You have faith and all that.
yes,
People, and that these experiences have been guiding you and making you who you are right now. And you just give credit to your mom and dad also for the lessons and all those things that have made you for you are
learn.
now, the experiences that you had as a daughter, as a sibling, as a friend. So beautiful, so beautiful. Now talk to us about the pageant. How did you get into the pageantry? Give us like maybe experiences also in the past. Wow, look at that. Mukha ka talagang artista.
Aw, salamat po.
Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, talk to us about how you came into the world of pageantry.
When I was in high school, so growing up, medyo boyish, diba? But when I was in high school, since I'm a tall girl, like compared to like Filipina for a 100% Filipina, I'm 5'6", so I'm a bit taller. So
Mm-hmm.
nakitaan ako, and plus madaldal nga ako. And plus I do dancing also. So napunta ako sa pageantry. Then when I was, and when I, mga little, ano lang naman, big, Binibining Agham, mga school,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Muse, mga ganon, sport fest, hindi naman nothing big. But when I was in nung college, I started, since in Manila, I started doing modeling. And
Mm-hmm.
but more on the pageant side kasi nga medyo matangkad ako. So I've someone was handling me. Actually, one of my handlers is his name is James O'Brien. She's also a designer from the Philippines. So my managers ako, if someone is handling me, and we were doing pageants. I did Turismo Pilipina. Uh, that was a national pageant in the Philippines. I did Miss Pagcor, and mga barangay ganon, just to
Mm-hmm.
extra then, since I'm studying, it's extra money for me, instead of asking pambayad ng kuryente kay mama. I can at least kahit pa paano may pangbayad ng konti. And of course, since I love traveling, it's also for my own cost, ganon.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into pageantry. But of course, like what I've said, during that time, it's more on winning. The word is really winning. And
Yes.
tapos nung I got married early and moved here in the US, everything changed. I was on my peak on doing pageants and modeling, but I got married early. And when I moved here, of course, me and my husband built our life here. So for 13 years, I didn't think of the pageant anymore, nothing at all, until we have this opportunity, the Ginang Filipinas America. So they said that there's a statewide pageant, and I started looking about it. My husband is the one who convinced me. Kasi nga we got married, his story is we got married early, and sabi niya ganun, parang natigil yung career path ko during that time. So he
Mm-hmm.
said he owe me this, and not only that, like just one run, isa pa, let's just try it. Sabi ko, hindi nga. So nililigawan ako niyan for 1 month na let's do it. And then another friend
Mm-hmm.
of mine, good friend of mine, my manager here, Jocelyn, sabi niya sa akin, do it. You're really good, ganito. Sabi ko, but I'm busy. I have twin girls. And then finally, with the support, of course, of my good friends here in Converse, they were able to convince me that, you know what, just try it. You need it. Also, I need to go out of the house also. Kasi nga, I've been home with the girls. Sabi ko, sige, let's try it. Pero no, this time, no pressure. Kasi it's about me. It's not about the winning anymore. It's about me
Yes.
rediscovering what I want, going back to something that I used to do and I love to do, but my life changed this time. But sabi
Mm-hmm.
nga, 'di ba, your life doesn't have to end when it changed. Only it evolves. So
Yes.
how about this time it's different? It's more of the experience and the mommy era nga. I've been through so much. And Ginang Filipinas is the biggest beauty pageant in the United States right now. for open for single mothers, married, widowed, and see that alone is powerful kasi
Mhm.
it gives opportunity, diba, to mommies like me and those who's either you have a career or you're stay at home mom or you're single mom, all that, it checks off the list. And it's a good platform for me to to tell my experience, just like what we're talking about right now. Because
Yes.
we're not alone on that. Meron pang, hey, you want something, you dreamed of something, go for it. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your journey, what you've been through, go for it. It's not too late, never too late. You want to go study again, go for it. Diba? There's nothing late for anything. As long as you're breathing, do what you love to do. Breathe on it. Diba? Kaya, there's no
Wow,
stopping it.
that is so good. Yes, it's never too late to do what you love to do. I mean, it's just like me. I all my viewers know my story too, but just I became a nurse not my first choice. It was because I needed to help my family, right? But I grew up in public speaking. In fact,
Yes.
Christine Barsola Baba was one of my blockmates when I started in UP College Baguio back in 1988. So, but here coming to the US, God knows the desires of our hearts. So He'll give you the opportunities, He'll give
You'll
you the
line up it.
ways, He'll
Yes.
make a way for
For
your
you. Yes.
dream to come to fruition,
Correct.
right?
He'll line up
Yeah.
for you, and it's up to you on how you work hard to get that.
Hmm.
It, God is always there. He knows what you want. He knows what you love to do. Your heart desires, but of course, it's up to you. It's up to the person on how you work on it, on how you really want it, and you go for it, diba? Kaya nga, you work hand in hand with your hard work and a lot of prayers. It goes a long way.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so happy for you. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
if you want to become a beauty queen, no matter what, how old you are,
Yes,
I mean, go for it. Go for
go
it. If
for it.
that's what
Yes,
you've always wanted to do, go for it.
yes, even
Be
Miss
bold.
Universe now, diba?
Yeah.
There's so much inclusivity now, and
Mhm.
that's why when Ginang Filipinas, this is why not?
Mhm.
Why not? Let's be bold. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. How can we support you? Yeah. Talk about this upcoming gala dinner.
So we have a fundraising coming. There's actually multiple of people helping me. Kuya Paul from Killeen is doing a fundraising for me. But this is the main fundraising here in San Antonio, Texas. It's Harana at Corona,
Mm-hmm.
Serenade Crown, so gala dinner at the um, Marriott Northwest on August 16 with all of the awesome artists here in San Antonio and all over Texas who's coming together to serenade everybody with a great dinner. And we'll have raffles and auctions. And as you can see, this wouldn't be possible. And these fundraising anyway is being done because for the national pageant itself. So to for the cost for the national pageant in Tacoma, Washington State on September 6th. And I'm really thankful with all of the support. My major sponsor is Skin 105. So kung salamat po sa naman nagsasabing mukha akong artista, my skin is glowing because of Skin 105. Thank you so much. And of course, all of the other sponsors, Kathleen Lucci of Living Benefits, Matt Energy Services, Deluxe, JMA Be Radiant Enterprise. Their stall is inside the Seafood City. OB Productions, Spotlight, Little Lemon Shots, and this is Pura Vida International with partnership of Arnadia uh, entertainment. All these good friends, my awesome friends of mine, helping me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. And of course, our state director, Ms. Romelet de la Serna. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out and making this possible. Because what we want to do is we go in the nationals for Ginang Filipinas America. We show up and we tell them and we show them that we're equipped and everything is big in Texas. Everything is bald, and here we are. So that's what it's for.
Wow, yes. Bring us the crown, right? Bring home the crown. And I know you just said it's not about the crown, it's not about winning and all that, but it's just about really for the community and for the people that you're going to touch and the
Yes,
relationships that you're going to build with this
correct.
journey. I mean,
Correct. I'm
it's just
looking forward to
amazing.
that.
Mhm.
I'm just one person. How about the other? There will be other 34 beautiful candidates all over the state of states representing their state. So there will be all empowered, purposeful Filipinas
Mhm.
here in United States, and that would be a nice, an awesome experience for me as a mom, and
Mhm.
to communicate and tell them, our story, giving going back and forth with their story here in US and our story, diba? It's an endless kwentuhan, and I'm looking forward on that.
Mhm.
And then that's why thank you, Ginang Filipinas America, for this, pageant, and thank you, Lawin Entertainment, for having me, because this is a good platform. I love talking to you, MJ. Thank you so.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure and it's my honor. So, last thing, what are the biggest or top three lessons that you can share to all our viewers? Whatever you've learned all throughout your life, your journey up to now, so that they can take away from this show tonight.
One is, things change, and that's okay. Things change, you adapt to it, you adjust to it, and it's gonna be okay. That's number one. Number two, make sure that you always say thank you and be grateful for all of the people who supports you, who's there in, every day in your pageant, for the kids, for my kids, all the good friends. Always say thank you to them. Nakakalimutan natin yan, eh. We forget to say thank
Mm-hmm.
you to those people, but that thank you, they appreciate that too. Always be grateful, always. And lastly, um with my experience, just be there and enjoy life. With everything that's happening in the whole world right now, there are war. Hopefully it will stop, but there's war in every country, not all of this, everything that's happening. All we don't have control over that. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have control over our life, we can only control what we want to do, but always make sure you enjoy it. You enjoy the process. Breathe in into it. Love the process. Because that's when you learn it. Doesn't matter if you're good at it, you failed, or whatever happened on it within that journey, but enjoy it. Because you focus too much on something and you forget to enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. That's where it gets you to where you want to be.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Marianne. I surely, surely have learned so much from you. And I bet all our viewers have learned from your story. They are inspired by your story. Now, everybody just wants to just be, again, be the best version of yourself. It's never too late to continue and to seek a better journey and to seek a best the best version of you.
Of you.
There's something special in every single one of us. Take that, take ownership of it.
Yes, yes,
Yes, because
yes,
if you don't, I mean, we don't want to live life with regrets,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So let's live life to the fullest. Anyway, let's see who our winner for the show tonight. Let's see. Okay. Before we forget. All right. So let's see. Oh, wow. See, Jubel, congratulations for winning a very special gift for tonight. And you know how to claim your prize. Just message me on Messenger and I'll send your prize right away. Anyway, to all our viewers tonight, thank you so much for watching. And to you, Marianne, thank you so much.
Thank you, MJ, for
Yes.
letting me speak, my story. I hope I inspire someone, at least one person today, because that's a big change. Let's do one person at a time. If we can do multiple because of this, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. And you're right. It can only start with one person at a time. If we all do our part, imagine how much impact we can have in this world. So again, to all our viewers tonight, thank you for watching Be Bold Why Not Season 6 Episode 3. And on Monday, we'll come back with Season 6 Episode 4. So thank you all our viewers. Thank you,
Bye,
Marianne. And God
everyone.
bless
God
everyone.
bless. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye.